What's up, y'all? Good Monday. Good to see y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is TFG Tonight, and I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. And this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. Y'all listen, that's Devin, that's Lee, and that's Kenny.
I'm trying to be nice.
Black said we got two Americans.
Say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody that use a curse word and then read a scripture right after.
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist. You know,
yeah.
Pull out your card, Doc. He's
and I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that.
That's right.
Now I can go back to minding my own business. Either that boy is Benjamin Button or somebody lying.
And listen, and that boy may be mentally 12, but he's 34.
But you bad boy, you don't do it again.
I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's good for the soul. It's like medicine, right?
Yeah, for real.
That's all I gotta say. I wish I had one of them applause buttons to, like that.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
Hey, it's Monday and it's Halloween time. I felt my Teddy P right there. Hold on. Hey, y'all, it's Monday. Good to see y'all. I'm excited to be here. Everybody's here and accounted for, and I'm not going to mess around because we got a lot to talk about, and, people got to pass out candy tomorrow, so maybe not us, but hey, gentlemen, ma'am, you doing all right?
What up?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Listen, I'm the only one drinking water. Well, Black, he'll switch it up every now and then, but it's right. Kenny has Gatorade. Yes, sir. But listen, y'all, we are ready to talk about the things in the world, and I'm excited. But I don't want to wish y'all happy Halloween because I don't. Are you passing out candy, sister?
No, I'll be turning off the light and turning the picture down low.
I know that's right.
I think we all. I don't think they trick or treat in the apartment complex, do they, Black?
Not that I've seen. Nope.
Yeah, they just do the nigga knocking. That's all they do. Yeah, so that's all I remember us doing them knocking. So but whatever it is. Hey, y'all, listen, y'all come in, y'all say what's up. Talking point tip jars. If we said something pretty good, which there's quite a bit we gonna say today, so we might earn a couple dollars a day. But if not, we understand. But I'm not gonna play around. Let's get into this thing. Listen, America has another Speaker of the House, Mr. Johnson from Louisiana. But apparently, I'm only quoting one of the Democratic congressmen. He is Jim Jordan in drag. That's what he calls him. So apparently, he was one of the front runners for not certifying the election for Biden. So, and he got a unanimous vote. Black, what's the saying? You may want to be scared of the devil you know and the one you don't know.
Yeah.
They show they ready for this one.
At this stage, I don't think it matters. To be honest, the embarrassment that this has caused them. I think politics in America has hit a critical stage where I don't even recognize what this is. Even if I wasn't an active Jehovah's Witness and, my stand is being neutral when it comes to political matters.
Yeah.
I wouldn't vote for any of these people. What we've witnessed in probably the last 12 years with politics has become, it's a national embarrassment. America's reputation is at its lowest stage. And as the curtains have been pulled back with these procedures, I don't think it even matters anymore.
Wow. Well, I hear you. I just, the internet and the news, they digging up dirt on this boy, and he is a MAGA loyalist, and he's gonna do whatever Trump tells him to do. And I mean, sister, well, we'll talk about his wife here in a minute with her Holy Ghost filled self. But what you thinking about this guy? Nobody knows about him, but
We will, because I was about to say right there, the Speaker of the House is who you don't want to be, because boy, they be digging down in the depths of these people's business here lately and finding like everything horrible about them. They've been digging up on them. So I don't know if I would want to be in politics right now, and not that I ever trusted them, but after this year, I have no confidence in Congress right now, like none.
right now, what up, Craig? I mean,
What up?
Kenny,
Hey, Chris.
he from the boot, and we know what they do in them boots now. They don't strap them up. They pull out them dolls on you.
and they have David Duke as well. So that'll tell you something else about that state.
Right.
Here's the biggest thing that I would take, just kind of piggyback off of Black. The Speaker of the House is the third in line to become president if
That's
something
it,
happens
man.
to the president or the vice president. So they have picked one of the most radical pro-Trump guys to technically be third in line to become president if something happens. So that's all American people need to know right there.
Okay, you're right. Hey, Miss Tori, good to see you. I want to tell y'all something. I did not really understand truly why it was such a big deal to separate church and state. Now I get it. So let me introduce y'all to Kelly Johnson, Mike Johnson's wife. Kelly Johnson is a Christian counselor who services are affiliated with an organization that advocates against abortion and homosexuality, and whose practices are built on the teachings of Greek physician Hippocrates. I don't know how you say it, but it looked like hypocrite. That's what it looked like.
It's Hippocrates.
Hippocrates. Yeah, there you go.
Hippocrates.
Thank you for the enunciations. Yeah, dude. It sounds right. Still sound like a hypocrite. But this young lady, she does some things, and if this woman is this deep, they're very religious in their organization, and I believe the type of religion they have and the power that this young man has now, we're finna find out why our forefathers wanted to separate church and state. Black.
Well, Brother Kenny said a few moments ago that they elected someone who's third in line. When you look at the Trump administration, you had a stark raving idiot in vice president. Mormon. Let's just keep it honest. If you look at the Mormon, I'm not denigrating any faith, but some of this, from Utah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I thought
Yeah.
it was something else.
No, and that's why he had to bow out, because he will never see the presidency. Like, just even when you take the craziest of religious thoughts, that's just out there in a way that the American public can't get to. So again, but then even the religious aspect of it, the Bible speaks about the adulterous relationship between religion and politics. And my understanding and appreciation of the book of Revelation, it talks about this wild beast with 10 horns, and on its back a harlot in purple representing religion. And so Lord knows they've whored themselves and diluted religion down to such a degree that we're, even as a world, forget country, we're moving away from religion. There is no respect for the sanctity of anything anymore. And you're starting to see that play out, and even shootings and things in places that used to be sacred. And so that you got this stark raving idiot, of his wife. I'm not surprised at anything anymore. It's a national embarrassment.
Sister, this is some of the things that she teaches in her counseling sessions. Temperament-based approach breaks people down into 5 types: melancholy, clearonic, sagging, supine. Okay, it's just a lot going on. It's supposed to identify people's temperaments. Founded the National Christian Counselors Association in the early 1980s. They and their advocates prefer the term temperament over personalities, as the term personality is characterized as a mask, while temperaments are inborn, and thus we finna see a cult.
I was just about to say that. I said it seems like politicians are still to this day using religion as a form of manipulation, fear mongering, and to guide and sway people, and just especially the slow, dumb people who don't have self-esteem and can't think for themselves. Like they be like right on top of that. And I was literally just about to say that. And that's what it's feeling like to me. And I think some people are falling for it, but we also know what a lot of those types of people who are real big into it, what they truly do behind closed doors and who they are behind closed doors. They're just all frauds. And I just wish people would start thinking for themselves. And I don't know why some people believe that if you're not religious, you can't believe in God, because I truly believe in God. But I'm kind of side-eyeing religion at this stage in my life.
Yeah, Black. I think you was talking about Mitt Romney.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought, but I I don't know everything. But yeah,
But I had to
so
look
he's
at it. I was.
evangelical. Yeah, he's evangelical. Okay, but nevertheless, they all still have this. They misuse their power, and sometimes I can't tell the difference between a politician and a preacher, because they all after the same thing. And
Right.
so unfortunately, I just think we're finna see this on a really nasty stage, and this man has a lot of power, Kenny. I
Right.
mean,
Yep.
she gonna listen. Are we gonna go back to Salem witches now, Kenny? They gonna say,
Hell, I already thought we were there.
but now it's gonna be a law now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they gonna make it's okay now,
Ooh.
I guess. You ain't got to
Yikes.
hide it. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want y'all to know. Y'all know who Mike and Kelly is. These are y'all new leaders in the Republican Party, and y'all thought Jim and Tammy was a mess over there. And praise the Lord. Let's see what they're gonna start having church up there.
And the real quick 1 point, Brent, Brent, that Trump is basically still dominating this Republican prime. I mean, he's going to win the nomination.
56%.
And the thing is, he's going to have so much influence on this speaker. Even if he doesn't get elected president, he's still going to have influence on him. He's still going to be in the American government.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't win.
Well, I'm gonna say the scary part out loud.
Yeah, man.
More and more, especially African Americans, are yearning for Trump to come back too. And dare I say this out loud? The man is a demagogue. He's amoral and immoral. But I'll be damned if some of the stuff he said that I don't agree with. And that's the God's honest truth.
Let's hope he do, Miss Tori. I just don't. This country we have a lot of evil ways about ourselves, and we are very double standard. I won't believe it till I see it, and even then, I don't know if I trust it. So,
Right
all
about
right,
now,
y'all.
I'll take Trump.
Well, it was.
I'm good on orange face, but
right.
It is what it is.
And our lives are better under the Crypt Keeper. Okay.
My life hadn't been better under now.
True.
To be honest with you,
but when I look around and I look at food, gas, and you want to give $106 billion.
Oh, I feel you on that. I get it.
Miss Tori, I hope you're right, but they better go vote. So that's all I got.
Somebody talk to me.
No, we'll say it inside. No.
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Listen, I tell you right now, we going downhill from here. I tell you that all the time.
Sir.
I just listen. All I'm doing is I'm making sure I deal with my gratitude. Put them $5 bills in my mattress. That's all I got.
I'm gonna just quote in the words of the great Snoop Dogg in one of his lines. Kendrick don't love none of them hoes, and I'm talking about the Republicans and the Democrats.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I'll agree with you, but I'll take the devil I know.
We don't love them hoes over here.
Listen, I'll take Caesar from the Planet of the Apes. Give me something. Give me something, man. Speaking of the Planet of the Apes,
No.
And I'll move on.
Bro. Okay, we not gonna do that tonight.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about him. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's.
I think it was pretty dope. I don't know if y'all saw the video. Yeah,
I saw it.
I thought he sounded better than Fergie. Now tell me he didn't sound better than Fergie. That crap she did.
He sure
in
did.
LA
I
look
give
good,
him
man.
credit that
ago.
he got through the whole thing, you know, and memorized the
Yeah.
words. But
He sounded better than Fergie. To me, he sounded better than Carl Lewis,
I agree.
I
Rosie
just know
O'Donnell. He sounded better than Rosie.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
he was in Milwaukee. I don't. Those people
Yeah,
don't.
of
pull
all
up.
places, in my city,
I
in my
agree.
birth city, he in Milltown. Of all
Now
cities.
listen, I know who in the world would think that Milwaukee want to hear from Flavor Flav.
I
No,
know, right?
Yeah, so
I know.
that's all I'm saying. So I don't know, sister. Are you me and you just gonna move on from this? I don't got nothing.
Yeah, that's a hot mess.
She said Flavor was better than I got you. He was better than Carl Lewis too, but who cares? You know?
Well, so is a hyena. We still don't want to.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So again, somebody, my wife thought he was dead. I said, "You thought he was
Wow.
dead?" Yes, but he back now. So I guess. All right, y'all. Season canceled. Kenny, take us through this situation because I don't know it well. I don't want to start messing up something, but a whole football team season is over with over some criminal activity.
Well, this story is I mean, it's a tragedy from the jump. First of all, Northwestern State out of Natchitoches, Louisiana, decided to cancel their whole season because one of their players was murdered back on October the 12th. And according to the statements from the university and the administration, that the team, the players were heartbroken. They just, didn't want to go on, and they decided to cancel the season, as well as the coach decided to resign. And while I posted this story, and I got quite a few interesting comments from some people down in that area, and they're saying that there is more to this story, that the university and the coach are not, they're not talking about. They're saying this young man wasn't protected. Actually, this young man was from Texas. He's from Cedar. He played football at Cedar Hill.
Okay.
Cedar Hill. He played junior college ball at Tyler Junior College right here in Tyler, Texas, and he transferred to Natchitoches. And they're saying that there's a lot more to this story. But again, the big thing was that the team, the university, decided to cancel the season. Now, that when you cancel a season like that, you losing a lot of money because you're not getting those games. And so the ticket sales, the gate sales, all the other stuff. Again, it's a tragic story, but there's not a lot of information being released from the Natchitoches Police Department on this, but I think it's some foul play going on. So I'm gonna keep my eye on it and see what's happening with this.
Because normally, if a tragedy happened, I thought that was the time the team comes together and you play with a purpose now.
Exactly.
And then the coach resigning. I'm like,
and the coach resigned as well.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I mean, Black. I mean, I don't know.
No, Kenny said it all. There's some underlying stuff we clearly don't know because this is unprecedented and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I know you feel the same way about that, sister. So I don't know. We'll do a follow up on this thing if something come down. Yeah, we got the hardest working man in sports here, so that's what we do.
At least I try to be.
Hey man, listen. I already backdoored you right here, real quick, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear something about these sports. Kenny.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a little sports. We're gonna get it. Actually, our meat segment actually could be a Miss Devin segment. So I won't kind of Devin. We're gonna see what she has to say about the meat. But for the appetizer, let's talk about the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. They're playing right now on Fox, game 2 of the World Series. The Rangers were leading 3-0. As far as I know, I think it's still 3-0. We got Monday Night Football going on. Detroit, who cares? Detroit and the Raiders are playing. Detroit up 9-7. On Sunday, we had some football. Had some upsets yesterday. We had the Broncos beat the doggone Chiefs 24-9, I believe. And the Broncos finally got that win, their second win. Who would have thought they was going to beat the Chiefs? Got to talk about them Cowboys from Miss Devin.
Yeah.
They dismantled them Rams, man. They had Matthew Stafford going in the blue tent, sitting on the bench, going to the locker room, coming back out, wrapping his hands. They pretty much they had him beat up pretty much yesterday. Cowboys got the big win over the Rams after coming out their bye week, and also the Niners lost 3 in a row. They lost to my guy, Black's guy, Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
he went
man.
into San Fran and they broke the 49ers 11-game win streak at home. Bengals got the W 31-17. So next week is a big game, Fox game of the week. Got the Cowboys at the Eagles. That's the late game on Fox. So whoever wins that game will be in first place in the NFC East. So that's going to be the big game.
They have the same record?
No, they don't. But they would the Cowboys
Oh,
would
the
have the
NFC
game up,
record.
right? Because they would have that one win over them. Now let's get to some gossip. Again, this is my girls digging. I mean, I'm digging in somebody's business this time. It ain't Devin. If y'all do y'all remember the former NBA player Joe Smith? He played 16 years in the NBA. He was the #1 draft pick out of he played in Maryland. He played 16 years in the league. Well, his wife, they went on social media, and Joe Smith found out some information that he did not know. Come to find out, his wife, whose name is, let me find her name, by the way, of Keisha Chavis, she has a OnlyFans page, and her husband did not know about it, and he went off on this video saying, I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans all these years. The disrespect that comes with it. You couldn't even talk to me before you did that. That's BS. Yada, yada, yada. She would respond, well, I'm doing it I'm just doing it by myself. So why should I have to tell you? It's my body, my effing choice. I've been asking for solutions to SHIT, and you're not giving me none, so I created one. So basically, she went in on Mr. Smith because obviously they're having some financial problems. I want to ask Miss Devin, Miss Digging in their business, what's your thoughts on this whole Joe Smith and his wife and she getting the OnlyFans? Did she disrespect him by not telling him?
No, and they full of shit. I mean, they full of crap. Because I saw that, and it was giving skit. It was giving, I'm trying to draw attention to my wife and her old ass vagina so that we can make some money because we need help on this light bill. Because let's be honest, if she was trying to do it in secret or whatever to avoid people, she wouldn't have put it on social media. She clearly did that because they trying to draw people to her social media because they heard you can make a big bag off of it. And it just didn't look, nothing about it looked real to me. He got this phone in his face while he acting like he so mad and she holding it out here and what you talking about? Like, y'all get out of here. Like it didn't give me
movie.
It was exactly it was definitely giving a Tubi movie for her to so people can come look at her coochie. Hope y'all took the bait because clearly they need some help.
Well, I didn't take the bait, Miss Devin. If I want to look at cobwebs, I can. It's Halloween tomorrow, so I can see them somewhere tomorrow. But it is, Brother Black. If your significant other started an OnlyFans page and didn't tell you, would you feel some type of way about that?
Absolutely, and it could never happen. I would like to believe, and I'm being so serious here, that I would never even select somebody as my wife that would put me in that situation and with that level of disrespect. So I agree with Sister Devin. It just didn't seem real. Now, having said that, it's a sad state of affairs if you need clickbait and whatever your financial situation is for you as a man to allow yourself to be put in that situation because he didn't go off, in my opinion. And that even is what said to me why this wouldn't make any sense. Because I promised you, and I'm sorry, viewers, I would have choked the hell out that bitch. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I might well look at an old snatch because I like looking at snatch. Now, would I pay for it? Absolutely not. And that's the other part that made it unrealistic. Look at her, folks. That woman's got to be in her 40s. No disrespect. I like older women, but OnlyFans pages, these is for the young.
Right.
Look, this is for when your rack stand up on its own and you can bounce a quarter off that ass, so whatever. Look, she ain't carrying all that, look all that hot, and that you guys will put yourself in that position. What the kids call it clickbait. It was embarrassing. It does spur a little bit of conversation. And to your point, Sis Devin, I truly hope we aren't that desperate that we're running out there to pay to see that musty, nasty, no good bitch, because I can go to Pornhub, xxnx.com and see all the musty snatch I want for free.
Well, I knew my brother he wasn't gonna fail me with his response. I know. So I have to kind of ride with him on this one. I ain't wasting my money on the OnlyFans to go see Methuselah, something like that. Brother Brenton, has the relationship, the black men and black women relationship, have we just got to the point where we just try to make a mockery out of everything and want everything put on social media? Is that where we are now?
Yeah, Miss Tori, it was Joe Smith. He's a basketball player.
Yeah, Joe Smith, former NBA player, played 16 years in the league. He was a former #1 draft pick. He made $61 million his entire career.
Kenny, if I was to be honest with you, just kind of putting everybody, I'm gonna take a page out of Black's book where he used movie reference, and Devin brought up Tubi. I think they just got through finished watching Hustle and Flow and just try to do a TikTok real quick. If I'm being honest, give my money, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what Terrence, didn't he have like the crackheads selling and that?
Right. She probably don't even have OnlyFans. You're right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. You know what I'm saying? All that. I just think they were just trying to TikTok us with a, nobody cares. And again, just start showing it on the recording. The problem is that, again, they're taking their relationship and they're putting their business out on. Listen, y'all, we've already had the Will and Jada era. We're tired of being in people's business like that. So nobody cares anymore. So y'all gonna have to find people that may be on Social Security, maybe have some type of intellectual problems that don't have nothing else to do but watch stuff like that. But other than us, man, we don't care. So even if I desire to look at something like that, I ain't looking at y'all.
Right.
Yeah. Joe, go go with Ice Cube, man. Get on the 3-on-3 or something.
Right.
I don't know.
So yeah, I'm kind of like you guys. I think it was cap. I think it was just a put on. It was a little bit of a skit. But in a way though, that's some real life stuff, reality that's happening in households.
That's it.
So I will say you can take something from that for your own relationship. I'm not saying do it that way, but maybe that showing that can help someone be like, yo, okay, what are we doing? Let's respect one another. So again, I just want to dig in somebody's business like our girl right here, Miss Devin. So I'm gonna stay in my lane and stay out their business. Now, damn sure ain't going in our OnlyFans. So I'm getting ready to keep it locked right here.
That's it,
and I'm good.
Yes, Kenny, Miss Tori wants you to send her the video of the football.
Oh, just go to TFG Sports Media, Miss Tori. Northwestern State player dies. You can go check it out on TFG Sports Media.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much. That in a nutshell, I'll be honest with you. That's we used to call it. That's you weak pimping, Doc. I mean, come on, man. You ain't, your pimp game weak, bro. So let's pick it up a little bit, Doc. Come on, man. At least get you a 10 out there, right? Okay. Think like a man. So again, I only get in folks' business just because I want to talk to y'all. And Sierra and Russell, I guess she made it clear that she wanted to go to Waffle House. He bought out a Waffle House for the day and let him go eat. I don't. That's not my point. I mean, that's cool. I get it. But what made me interested in this situation was because women, they comment on these things and they fantasize about these people, and it's like, well, do y'all really try to hold every man that they got to have millions of dollars to do extravagant things like that just so that you guys can be happy? What happened to a man just being creative? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we just grow together and you get with a man that's creative? He's creative, yes, and he's rich. I get it, but you're not gonna get both. You may get one, and most of the time, most of the women that that's in our economic status, you're gonna get the creative guy. So I just want to know: is creativity? What they say is chivalry dead? Is creativity dead now? Like women just want money, men to just throw money at them? Yeah. Come on.
Well, I just want to bring a little more context to what actually happened. This story started a couple of weeks ago when a video went viral of a young lady on a date, a black young lady on a date with a guy. He looked like he might have
cheesecake thing.
Right. This is where it started from. And what has happened since then, men and women on both sides have come out with these extravagant lists of where you can't take a woman and where you can't take a man, this, that, or the other. So I think what Russell and Sierra was doing, this was their way of, tongue in cheek saying that, hey, look, I like Waffle House. This is on the list and one of these places that if women are saying, and they named all of these places, both lists, men and women, were absolutely ridiculous. Don't take a woman out if she got kids. The list is absolutely ridiculous. So I posted this on my page because I love what they did. I love that they kind of had a poked fun a little bit at it, that he does have money. He is rich. And his wife could eat anywhere in the world, but she was happy that he bought out a Waffle House. And it kind of highlighted to me a bigger conversation. You asked the question, Kenny, in the last segment, and we were and Brenton, you were going into that, and we do Black Love series here.
Yeah.
To me, this is a testimonial, truly is, on where we are when it comes to Black love.
Right.
Because you don't see this shit with other races. Let's just keep it funky and keep it real.
Amen.
With us, we are embarrassing ourselves, and it's bad enough that we act as enemies as black men and black women, and now we're drilling it all the way down to where we can take a woman or a man, what we should do to somebody to show that they appreciate them. Have we really come so far? Folks, our monkey black asses, and I said it, is only about 40 years out of the cotton field. Sit your monkey ass down. You ought to be glad somebody want to feed you anyway. And for the fellas, you ought to be glad somebody want to even go out with your rusty, stinking ass. And I'm including myself in that as well.
Me
so stop
too.
it. Stop it.
Hey, you spoke.
I'm telling you.
Bro. You spoke.
Okay, sister. I mean, I didn't even. Okay, so now that we're connecting the dots. So they were trying to again bring some clarity to this relationship. Okay, I mean.
She mentioned that Waffle House was like one of her favorite places.
She did.
To eat.
Mm-hmm.
She about 18 months pregnant. That girl is huge. So that was kind of what she wanted. And I don't think women care about somebody being creative, so to speak. Because when I was dating, I had several dates at Starbucks, and I always beat him there and had my coffee before he sat down intentionally because I don't want nothing from you. But that was me. And because some dudes equate buying you stuff to you own them something and things like that. So I'm a little different. I just didn't do that. So I don't mind you being creative. However, if you over 40 and I got to deal with you still trying to start your rap career because you're trying to be creative and write me a rap, we're going to have to go back to the drawing board because don't nobody want to hear from you, MC Medicare. You gotta find other ways to be like creative. You know what I'm saying? Like you could take your girlfriend to the freaking. I know one day we rode a train to the freaking Maverick game, and and to me that was like a big deal, and I kind of had fun. So you have to consider their level of money. You know what I'm saying? Because for some people like him, he could shut down the Waffle House, and we had it sterilized and deep cleaned because they're dirty as hell, so that she could eat there. So that's totally different. But for a regular smuggler person who likes the Waffle House, you might go first thing in the morning when they just clean the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? If that's what she wants, you gotta live within your wage. You know what I'm saying? At your wage, and that's kind of what they did. I really want them out of the media, though. I feel like I'm seeing way too much of them. That's usually when stuff starts to go bad because people start looking at your stuff like a microscope, with a microscope. So I really
that's true.
stay out
That's
of the
true.
media, and they could just live up to this fake fairy tale we got about them, like Barack and Michelle. But that was a nice gesture that he did. But yes, being creative is very nice because they sell fake rose petals at Walmart for 99 cents, and I don't think most women act like the Cheesecake Factory woman. You know what I'm saying? But you can do something for your lady every now and then, even if it's go get takeout and meet her because she like whatever, the linguine from the Red Lobster. I mean, just do what you can to be thoughtful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I watched a video recently on Instagram with a little dude who was saying him and his wife are 50-50, but she still do all the cooking and the cleaning and the kids and respects him and don't raise a voice at him. And that's not even 50-50. That's more like 85-15 because she's doing everything else and you just show up and sling ping and pay half the electric bill. And there's things you can do to make your lady feel appreciated.
It might be worth that extra 15.
Well, I was going to say, but okay.
well, and again, and to your point, and I appreciate what you're saying, and the reality is that the point you made is that he was being thoughtful.
Right.
It doesn't even matter how much money you got. Be thoughtful.
Right.
I mean, and again, if you have a woman, and I'm only saying it because it's just in context with what we're talking about. If you have a woman that doesn't appreciate you being thoughtful towards her, then bro, like, let her go over there with my man Joe Smith. I mean, come on. It doesn't matter how much money we have because we're gonna get more money if we're doing things right. And so you can get more creative and be more thoughtful, right? I know my wife, she was on Louis Vuitton on year 2. I ain't paying no Louis Vuitton on year 2. No. Now year 15, she got Louis Vuitton. Yeah, we was there, but not 2. But yeah, but I heard her, you know what I'm saying? And again, that's the beauty of love. It grows together. But you clowns, y'all want to take what you see on TV and y'all want to throw it in the microwave. I promise y'all, whatever y'all making on Pinterest, it never looked like what it do on Pinterest. Sorry. So go ahead, Kenny.
I don't really have much to add. I think Black, he definitely, I rock with everything he said, and Miss Devin, I rock with everything her said because I definitely wanted to hear her perspective. Because,
Me too.
With her being a woman and men and the fellas that's out there that's listening, Devin, she told us what's up. So take notes, listen to your lady and observe, know what she likes, and don't take her for granted. Women, y'all listen to your man too. Know what he likes. Surprise him every now and then if he's handling his business. Now, if he just, if he ain't that dude, then don't do that. But if he's truly love you and he's taking care of you, reciprocate that. Let's do it, so we all can be in love, both men and women. So,
Miss Devin, I want to add one last note, and I agree with you 1,000%. What's sad, though, to me, and I'm being as serious as a heart attack is here, though, I agree with you that most women aren't like that. I think most women could care less about taking to the Cheesecake Factory. However, there is a growing number of women. The reason why I don't, one of the reasons why I don't date, there is a growing number of women that, based on social media, their level of expectation is getting outlandish and ridiculous. And you are judged, unfortunately, with whether or not I'm wearing a Rolex or a big face watch or this, that, and the other. I live in a pretty decent place, but I drive a Nissan Altima. And when I'm out running my errands, this is exactly how I look. I work from home. I don't have no reason to get dressed up. I have suits and stuff in my closet. I don't work in an office anymore. I'd be a fool to be sitting up dressed up. So when I do run my errands, I am judged, unfortunately, with how I look until I turn in this building. And so I don't date because I do find that when I have approached someone and everything, I get the look up and down like you can't afford me. And you don't know what I have in my pocket. And I know I could go on the other things that I've done, but in a real way, it's getting harder and harder because it's harder to find women like you. I'm just keeping it as honest as I know how to be, that have that level of maturity, that level of appreciation. That some of the greatest times of my life, me and my wife used to go to Sonics and have dates eating ice cream cone. Another woman I was in love with, we would ride around and make us a little drink and listen to me. The appreciation for the simple things is just, it's harder and harder to find that.
Right.
And that I get depressed thinking about that. I really and truly do.
Yeah.
But those are your social media women. And if you have a woman that, and it's fine, a lot of people really love social media, but I would kind of side eye a woman who's really big on posting a lot of moments, we'll say.
Maybe they permeating real society in a way too. I love my New York people. Sherry, my niece, they'll tell you in a heartbeat, you got to buy them Hennessy, and they want the whole bottle.
Man, it's
hard. Devin, it's harder out here than you know, sweetie.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I'll say this, and here's another reality. You said social media people. I just think it's exacerbating because before there was social media, people used to judge couples just by what they got on or where they at. Now they see them online and it's like, why you don't do me like that? You know, remember we used to go to the movies and they'll see a scene and they'll be, why you don't treat me like that? Who they on? That's a movie. What you talking about? That ain't real life. And so now we're not watching movie anymore. We're watching the internet. And people are wondering why they're not being treated like what's being shown on the internet. And it ain't real. They over there they cutting and editing and all the other kind of stuff, y'all. Yeah, you say many of those women are Gen Z generation, previous generations of women don't think that way. Maybe I don't know.
I think some of them may, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. I just want everybody just to stop focusing on what everybody else is doing, man, and just listen. The only reason the grass is green on the other side is because it's AstroTurf.
Final thoughts, ladies. I'm a give you a little bit of game and a little bit of knowledge.
All right, you want to skip to it now? No, I'm gonna go. No. All right. Well, listen, since she ready to get on and talk about something, I don't talk about these folks you finna talk about, honey. Who business you getting in today?
You know, I try to mind my own business. You know, that's what I be doing. Just mind the business that pay me. And then I run across a little news segment about a little boy. Let me quit lying. About a dude in Texas. He's 19. That's a legal age. I calling him a little boy, but 19 is grown. And he's just randomly walking through a park with someone filming him, just punching random people unexpectedly and fighting them randomly, tackle them to the ground just for clicks and views is what he said. And he would just randomly do that to people. And somehow they found out where he lived and interviewed him. And he said one dude, he actually shook his hand after the fact, whatever, and made nice, we'll just say that. But obviously social media was in an uproar about this. And I just wanted y'all's take because I want to know, do y'all think this warrants punishment? And if so, what type of punishment, or should we let it go because he's 19 and he made a mistake and he did the wrong thing? I don't know. Britton, I'm gonna start with you.
So again, it's really hard to tell what's fake and what's real now. I think about the Jake Paul, where he made a name for himself just going fighting people for no reason, or just even these prank people, like, you know, they do things just to get the clicks, and you know they don't think about what they're doing to other people, you know, and they're in the Walmart and they throwing stuff on them and they're looking around or they're doing stupid things. I think that's where these kids are today. And I'm just telling y'all, man, like, y'all gonna come across the wrong one, man. Like, I seen them, you know, it's a prank. Well, you know, knocked your teeth out your mouth already now. So it's like, y'all got to play with the right folks. So I don't know if it's real, but if it is, he should definitely get a little misdemeanor, you know what I'm saying, for just doing something stupid. But we're making this normal now, and I don't like it. Like, these kids, okay, here real quick, I know you ain't, but it's something similar to this. Like, my daughter, they toilet paper people's house. And I said, why y'all keep doing that? And so guess what? Last week before it happened to us. They came and toilet papered our house. And guess who cleaned it up? Huh? I ain't cleaning up nothing. You know why? Because you did it. You the one going around here doing this. Now listen, I let them do it once. And they came around and did it again. And I said, you better find out who it is, because you tell them now. Listen, I'm the one that got away. I'm ignorant. And I go to their house. I be done slap their daddy. So again, they just doing dumb stuff. It's like, y'all don't understand. Then they gonna start, we're gonna put hot dogs. No, somebody gonna throw eggs. Then I'm gonna have to pull my trigger. And again, it is what it is. So I just want y'all to stop. Go get your education. That's what okay, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Ken, you here in Texas with me, and you know a lot of us told if somebody would have felt threatened by him and put some heat in his ass, would they be wrong?
Hey, no, they would have had every right to do that. I mean, that's assault. At the end of the day, he assaulted those people. Right. And if they decide to, they can press charges. Don't know if they will, but I mean, it just was dumb. I mean, you're talking about some of these to get social media, get 1 million views. Some of these kids do stupid stuff. And it just so happens to be that the two people that we saw on the video that I watched, they went white.
Yes.
So now you could be looking at a hate crime, you dummy. You don't understand. I mean, he didn't think this thing through at all. And should he suffer some sort of consequence? I think he should. He need to be taught a damn lesson.
Yep.
Like, he apologized and said it was just a prank and it just went too far. He didn't know it was going to blow up like this. Is it okay at just 19 for him to get a slap on the hand and go on?
Absolutely not. And I'm glad you told the context of a lot of it. You stopped yourself from the very beginning because you was about to call him a kid. He's a 19-year-old young man. He's an adult. Kenny used the word assault. He attacked white people. It could be perceived as that. I think this is a bigger part of a problem is we have no accountability. Now, this just didn't start now. You know, when you've taken, discipline out of the homes, discipline out of schools, and the advent of social media and the power of that, no, apology alone is not enough, And Ms. Torrey said, lock his ass up. Absolutely. And before you lock him up, he should be stood up, and those people should be able to sock him in his foot, sock the hell out of him in his face too, and get their hit back. But therein lies the problem. Like you said, this is normalized behavior now, where you see there's a group of a white guy and a black guy going in a store, and hey, boy, this, that, and the other, and then it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank. I truly live in fear. I've said this before. I run my errands. I pray before I go out. I'm not one to whip my phone out to go viral in that moment. That's not me. I don't care how many features are on that phone. I just use it to text and call. That's it. I could care less about the quality of the pixels of the camera and this, that, and the other. And so I'm not going to go viral. When you put me in that situation, I'm going to react the only way I know how. And my thing is, there is no apology you could give me. You can't go back in retrospect and I apologize. No, you made a conscious decision. Actions have consequences. And I'm firm on that. You wonder why there's so much crime, especially with young people. You wonder why young moms are running in malls and doing the smash and grab. You wonder why retail stores are closing down. Yeah. They're closing down because of shoplifting and theft, denying that community now valuable assets. We have no accountability, and there should be consequences. Absolutely. And just him getting off with a slap on the wrist. And I watched First 48, one of my favorite shows. I'm so sick of parents when they ass is scrawled out with chalk line around him. He was going to do this, and he wasn't going to do shit.
He was going to go to jail is what he was going to do. But some of y'all young rappers and stuff talking about y'all want Trump in office. That's what y'all think. Trump don't play with y'all. He ain't for no foolishness. He'll have your ass right up under that jail. He'll have you doing 10 years for punching somebody in the court, just trying to be funny while y'all playing. Well, let's vote for him. I changed my mind. Bet your black ass and quit pranking people in the park. Then I bet you'll mind your business. Just like me. Back to Brendan.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Well, listen, we're going to keep this party going, man. Listen, Jay-Z. I didn't know how big this conversation got. I think I saw Rick Ross, I saw Ray J, I saw a few other people comment about this. But apparently there was this thing about, would you take $500,000 or a dinner with Jay-Z? And Rick Ross and all them said, well, dinner with Jay-Z. And Jay-Z said, why y'all don't eat with me? I ain't gonna tell y'all nothing that y'all already know. He said, if y'all want to hear from me, I've given y'all all the information, the game I got in my songs. And I thought about that and I said, I wouldn't take a dinner with Jay-Z. I don't care what Jay-Z got to say. I want the money because I know what I'm finna do with it.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? I said, well, just give me the money. I know how to, especially now. Yeah, I definitely know what to do with it now. So I don't know. I don't need Jay. And then I had to ask myself, like, who I want to sit down with and not take $500,000? I couldn't think of nobody. I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask y'all. Number one, would y'all want to sit with Jay-Z or take the $500,000? And is there somebody you wouldn't take the $5,000? I mean, y'all would want to eat with instead of $500,000. Kenny?
No, bro. I mean, mama ain't raised no fool. Come on now. Why would, if I'm offered $500,000 and sit down and have a 45-minute dinner with Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Hey, respect Jay-Z, but give me that $500,000 because believe me, I'm smart enough to be able to flip that my damn self.
Right.
Jay-Z ain't got to tell me nothing.
We may be at the same restaurant.
Right, right. So
yeah.
Anybody. That's an easy choice for me, but to each his own.
Yeah. Now, Black, I thought about R. Kelly for you, but I think you just want to get him out of jail. So I don't know what you.
No, and I don't even want to get R. Kelly out of jail. And I posted a story. I posted something on my page today where there's a good chance that the charges are going to be dropped. I don't know if you guys have really been following this. Like I have, my fight for R. Kelly is not about whether he's guilty or not. I just think he was made the poster child for it. When you got a predator running around and Jada Pinkett Smith, but we have double standards, but that's okay. That's okay. And then the other part of it is you're never going to mute R. Kelly because I can separate the man from his music. Now,
I'm sorry.
Now back to this.
Yes.
There literally would be only one person that I would, if I could, it would be Jesus Christ. Literally, that's the only person.
Hopefully you'll see him later.
But barring being in that position, going scriptural, nobody. And I'm glad Jay-Z kept it honest and kept it real. But you know what this highlights, even that we have this conversation? America, once again, we tout ourselves as being the greatest country in the world, and we still are, barring all of our problems. It's still America, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Lord knows I don't want to go to one of them shit old countries in Africa. But having said that,
here we go. There go Donald Trump Jr. up there.
having said that, I'm glad he kept it honest. But America, that we're having this conversation, our number one commodity now is fame.
Right.
It's become so important that we're even having a conversation that meeting somebody famous and sit down with them for 45 minutes rivals common sense. I don't care if you're Oprah, Elon Musk, or anybody else. This should be an absolute no-brainer that anybody would consider it. It tells you where we are as a country with fame and the value that we place on it. When looking like a Kardashian, following, becoming a Swiftie, identifying with the Beehive, this, that, and the other, it's more important than common sense things, folks. You wonder why America has plummeted to the bottom when it comes to education, innovation, and everything like that. Here we go.
Yeah, and again, before I give it to sister, I just think the people that was wanting to sit with him was the rappers, and that's because they want to know what they doing wrong, so they're not a billionaire,
and they're lying through them teeth because you're speaking about it from a perspective that you have money.
Yes,
right.
That's exactly.
So it's easy for Rick Ross to say that now.
You got money.
Right.
But when your fat black ass was a CEO, you wouldn't have said that.
That's right. Yeah,
exactly.
Yep. Great point. Yep, sister. In it.
Well, FJZ, Beyonce, Tina, and Matthew. And me and Jesus Christ got my whole afterlife to talk. So I can't think of nobody that I can talk to for no $500,000. And the rappers that want to talk to him think they're gonna get a contract out of it. That's why they want to
Right.
talk to him. But what the asses don't know, it's gonna be $100,000, and he gonna take 70 away from me just from the stuff he did to get you a show, because they don't have the good sense to get anything done. So absolutely not. And if somebody asked me, they probably wouldn't even give it to me, because I would cuss them out for insulting my intelligence.
I know that's right. You know what? Maybe I would. I may want to go see this guy.
Now there is one person that I would want to sit with. That that I would choose to sit with him, and y'all probably know Brother Black. It would have been Malcolm X. That would probably be the only person I would want to sit down with and have a conversation with. I would have chose that over the $500,000.
Wow.
Okay.
To be in his presence would that'd be dope.
Wow.
That's what's up. Well, Kenny, I'll let you go first in line, because I'll just tell me what he said, and then I'll tell you. No, I'm just. What'd you say, Miss Torres? She said Ross needs to stop buying all these. Yeah, well, now house is an investment. So
he need to start paying his people at Wingstop.
Right, right.
Devin did the story on him not paying his people at Wingstop.
He can't even pay them minimum wage.
That's
right.
It.
There you go.
That's it. All right. Listen, y'all. No, not Tim yet. Yes, listen. Black Love series. Y'all, this has been one of my favorite series in our show. I sit and I think, and I just try to figure out what else can we help the people talk about. And if y'all don't know, I got a whole list of stuff, because I just be sitting thinking. So just know I ain't gonna hardly ever run out of nothing, because I just got stuff. Some stuff be too deep, and I be like, I don't want to piss nobody off, but we'll get to it. I think we can handle it. So we'll talk about it. But who needs who more? And what I mean by that is, we're at a place, and it almost comes to this whole cheesecake thing, and all the things that we talked about. I don't need no man. I don't think men. Do women say that more than men? I don't think men say that. I don't need a woman. I think I hear that more coming from a woman, right? Y'all can correct me.
I think women say that more than men.
Yeah,
right. Me personally.
And maybe it's because of the way the culture raised.
Correct.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Making men the providers and women whatever. I get that.
We say it, but differently.
Yes.
I agree with that.
I just want us to have an honest conversation. You know what I'm saying? Who needs who more? And I'll start with Kenny, because I don't know where it's gonna take us. So come on, Kenny, take us off a little easy. Who needs who more?
I don't even think it. I don't think it's a who needs who more. In my opinion, I think we need each other equally.
That is.
But again, the culture and the society that we've grown up in, most of us probably came from single parent households, which was probably led by a woman most of the time. So I can understand why women say, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
But I think to the detriment of the betterment of our community, I would say this. I think the women's lib period definitely set our relationships back light years, because women did get to a point where, I'll be honest with you, do they really need us? I say this all the time. I'd rather be wanted than needed. I want a woman to want me, not to need me. But to answer your question, I don't think there's a more. I think we both need each other equally.
Yeah. So. Sister, I'm gonna let you go first, because you may have to rebut Black if y'all have. So.
Need hell now. But sure, I want you around. I just think women over the years have adapted, especially Black women. We're like viruses. Like every year we get better. They'd have to make a new vaccine to take care of us. We get stronger, and we're gonna adapt. Because when I look back to when, let's say, my great grandma was alive, and how she was so dependent and just tolerated everything, and they couldn't stand each other. They just had separate rooms. And so she just put up with it. And then the funeral come around and you got all these new aunties and people show up. You don't know where they came from because you had a whole family across town. And I just think over the years, especially when you are forced into like a single parent household and being a single parent, not even necessarily even a co-parent, over the years, you just learn to adapt. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a reason why women, especially Black women, have become the most educated, high earning, and da 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 da. There's a reason. It's not out of want to or out of spite, which is how the media tries to portray it. It's out of necessity.
Yeah.
And it's continued over the years, and it's almost become negative that it's happened, but it wasn't out of you wanted to. Everybody wants to be in a soft place, but if you can't, you just can't. So no, do I want you around? I definitely do. Do I need you around? Does that mean I got to pull up with your boobs? No, I'm good.
So, Ms. Devin, who needs each other more then?
I think y'all need us. Of course, I'm going to say that, but that's just me.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I think men are more needy. You will never admit that. But I just think that
I don't have a problem.
Who would never admit that?
But a lot of men would never admit that you're more needy. I just think that you are. I just do. And I think women, we've just kind of learned to cope. Because let's be honest, if I say F you tomorrow, Thirsty Keisha over here, we're going to pick you up tomorrow. So you've never really had to adapt to not having that feminine energy in your life and in your space. Because there's always some woman who has that mentality that a piece of man is better than no man at all. So you've never had to go without it. To where women, we really saw a lot of times we just don't have a choice. So we've gotten used to it.
I think there's some vulnerability there of why men don't, but that's, yes, I hear you. You're right. And that's a whole different conversation. But go ahead, brother.
This is such a loaded question for me.
I know.
And ironically, I agree with Sister Devin, but for a different reason.
Okay.
I agree with you 1,000% that women have been forced to adapt. With the advent of more women in the workplace, technology, salaries, you're not quite there, but they're rising for women, opportunities. We moved away from the industrial, age where now women are in the workforce. She's not lying about the fact that especially amongst African-American women, they're the most educated people on the face of the planet. And women in general, gender-wise, they're more educated than men. Now, I think systematically in many ways, men have been replaced. And that notion that they don't need us has certainly been replaced. I think about something like the Rose that came out. So even if you want to talk about sexual needs, that's where I hear that a lot of times. We don't need you, this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. And so I think women have had to adapt. And I think men need women more, but for a different reason. And I think the numbers are catching up. What scares me about this question is we do need women more, but for a different reason. Men are starting to adapt too, sweetheart. I got news for you. All pussy ain't good pussy. And a lot of men are getting to a place where you and your pussy can go somewhere else, and I'm being as raw and as brutally raw as I can be, because they're realizing if I got to put up with all that you're bringing to the table, I'm good. Now, you already got a segment of especially African-American men that are in prison at a disproportionate rate than any other ethnic background group. But you wonder why you talk about the emasculation of men now too. And so many young men are being raised in households where there is no male figures. And you look at, I got news for you. Dick is just as powerful, and a lot of men are turning to dick. And so this term we still got about D. You look at Dwight Howard behind closed doors. There's a lot more of that going on than we ever want to admit. And the reality is that a lot of men are frankly turned off. And I witnessed this in real time when I go out, and I went to New York, and you see whole tables full of women sitting there. We don't go up to women and ask them anymore, because this age of looking at you and y'all don't dance with us. We don't know how to approach you anymore. So a lot of men are completely turned off, and they're getting more comfortable now with being without you. But therein lies the problem. You brought up Malcolm X a minute ago, my brother, and I go back to the movie of X when he talked about what the value of the black family is supposed to be. And you talk about the original purpose of procreating, making family. We do need women more in that sense because, folks, we don't have to worry about genocide from any other race. We're killing ourselves off, and we're doing it for other people. When you look at the shrinking number of available heterosexual black men that actually want to be with women, and now with the pervasive attitudes that's out there that you don't need us, y'all think I'm halfway joking when I say that I can't wait for AI. I don't want to deal with it because, frankly, I don't have to. Because just like that desperation you talked about, sister, that a woman gets off a dick every day of her life. Well, you know what? We're taught as little boys, you know what? There's many fish in the sea. I'm a fat, black, missing tooth man with diabetes, gout, peripheral neuropathy, all of that going on. And to my amazement, I can walk out here tonight and bring a nasty, filthy bitch home and stuff my said clean down her head and tail and put up out of here before 3 o'clock. And I can still do that. So there's no issue because a lot of women have watered down the product that you carry too, to the point that it doesn't have the same value. But if you ask me in an existential sense, yeah, we need y'all more, but for different reasons. I think that's why I say it's a loaded question.
You almost unloaded on it. Yes, sir. Yes, I appreciate it. I will say this. You know I love him. That's why I would let it go last. Listen, I want to say this. I think we all said it, and I appreciate us because you know what I'm saying we think alike sometimes, and it's the want is really what it should be. Who wants who more, and that's what really it boils down to. But I didn't want to put want. I wanted to put need because here's the reality: when you fight for each other's want, for each other's attention, there's a need that will come up that you may not know that you have, but because you have somebody you want, they'll feel that need, that void that you need, and that's the reality.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
And I'm spilling my own tea, but I don't care. I don't like him. My ex-husband, when I left his stinking ass, set up for somebody to like ransack my house, and he may have done it himself, but to look like my house was robbed and to make me feel unsafe in my home when I left it. And I remember him making a comment, well, if you'll let me come back, you won't have to be here because my kids were young, very young. You won't have to feel unsafe. I could be here with you or whatever. I was like, no, I just called whatever security system. They'll be here tomorrow to hook up my security system. I'm not going to settle for and put up with your foolishness just so that I can feel safe and I can do my cameras and whatever I need to do so that I can feel safe in my home. So when I say I don't need, that's kind of what I mean. I learned to call a plumber. I've learned to call, whomever I need when I need certain things done so that I don't have to bend and settle just to kind of have you in my space and in my life. You know what I'm saying? And me in a relationship, I want what I put in because I feel like I put in a lot of a relationship, and it kind of makes it weird because we want a lot as women, but sometimes we don't want to give a lot. We think being cute is good enough, and that's just not it. There's a lot of cute ass women walking around in the world. So I want what I give, and there's just a lot that I'm not going to put up with at the stage in my life because, like you said, they make devices that are faster, cleaner, and more effective than any man walking on this planet. So I don't need those types of things, but I want your comfort. I want your warmth. I want your friendship. I want your partnership. That's what I want. I don't want the bullshit though. You can keep that. That's right.
Yeah. That's a great point. I
love it.
And that's what I mean when I say want. There's a lot of things that we can do on our own, but let somebody very important to you pass away. You want somebody to be there that you trust. You want somebody to be there that's going to, as my brother say, get us. And I know women want that too, because I want somebody that's going to react without me having to tell them what I need them to do. but that comes with the relationship. So you're right. And that's why I want us to change the narrative. Yeah, no, we don't need each other. You're right. But we should want each other enough to know that when the need comes, you got somebody that you can trust that's there. So that's what that is. And great conversation. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have waited all this time for him, and he's ready for y'all. And if y'all heard him earlier, he was cutting up, but he's ready to talk real good today, y'all. Boys to men in waiting. I sure hope they ain't got no skirt on.
No, they don't. And I whenever I think of my topics, I never look at the rundown beforehand.
Sure.
And again, organically, as we do this show, it ironically always leads me to a place that this has more value for me when I thought it up, because I try to bring things to the table. Sometimes that irritate me, but sometimes that just make me want to bring it to the family. And just the conversation we just had, the Black Love series, and we've talked about, some of the things that's happening between relationships. Do you guys realize that this level of separatism and division, it's set in long before boys ever become men? I work in education, as many of you know, and I'm sitting here and I literally was watching as I'm on my computer. I'm looking at all these dysfunctional relationships and the conversation about the Cheesecake Factory and Blueface and Christian and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm wondering, how did we get here? How did we get to this place where it's so divided that we don't even know how to be and talk with each other? And it got me thinking about something that happened, and it started back in the Bush era, 2002. Bush came out with a campaign called No Child Left Behind.
Mm-hmm.
And the results of that, as you well know, was standardized testing, which we know can, be unfair. Well, that was actually, revamped in 2015, where it was called Every Student Succeeds Act. That was passed. Then we got Obama, who passed My Brother's Keeper. All these acts folks were set in place to help bridge the gap between boys and girls graduating and get at the same rate and becoming sustainable citizens. Well, folks, after all these years, it's not happened. Do you know that, when it comes down to the numbers, a lot men, we don't graduate nowhere near at the rate. I'm only talking high school here, folks, at the rate women do. And I started asking myself why, and I looked into the studies and things like that. Girls consistently outperform boys when it comes to graduating on time. And some of the numbers it talked about was girls graduate on time at an 88% rate, boys at an 82% rate. That don't sound like a lot, but it really is when you start to break down over a lifetime what that's going to mean. Now, while men still out-earn women when it comes to salaries, we just talked about this. Women's salaries are starting to catch up. And even though men generally earn the same wages as a woman who's had 1 to 2 years of college, over a lifetime, what does that mean? What that means is that men who are uneducated and don't go back to get an education, and we know we're not going to get our degrees, especially African-American men. And so there's a lot of us out there without diplomas, and a lot of men feel like they don't need them, whereas women are getting their education. And so you wonder how this is playing out when we become these young adults. It's happening right before our eyes. And one of the things this study talked about, it says girls nationally succeed in school over boys because they are more apt to plan ahead, set academic goals, and put forth effort in achieving these goals. And they're generally more likely to follow rules and receive more close instruction from teachers. It also talks about they're less likely to be punished as harshly when it comes to getting in trouble. And so I look at the school system and how it's set up. Folks, I say this all the time. The game is rigged against us from the very beginning. Now, I don't sit here in front of you as I end this show telling you that I have any answers. But I can tell you that working with doctoral level candidates, what makes me sad sometimes is, who I never see? I very rarely see African-American men coming to get their doctoral degree. Hardly ever. It's non-existent. I see women, and I went on today and talked about Africans and Jamaicans and things like that. I don't say that we have the answer, but what I am putting out in the universe, hopefully, is that we have got to do a better job, myself included, And I started thinking about how I even treat my son over his sister. While just a few weeks ago, while I was in the hotel, his sister wrecked somebody's car and it barely made a blip on the screen. But when my son screws up, I think about how hard I come down on him and hold him accountable in a different way than I hold my daughter. And we've got to start even in the playing field, because the game is rigged for boys and girls from the very beginning. And I'm playing into those problems, those stereotypes, even in my only way I deal with my own children. So with that said, I'm not saying I have the answers. I promise you I don't. But I do know that we've got to do a better job at motivating our young men. Rap, sports careers, cars, bitches, hoes, that can't be the answer, folks. We've got to do a better job in inspiring our young men, because as we talked about on this last segment about who needs who more, it's a scary thought if we get to a place where women truly get to that place of enlightenment that you're not on my level, you don't meet my standards, I don't need you, and I'm moving forward. Black women in particular have been long suffering and riding and dying for black men. And for that, I love you. And I'm never going to, that's my personal choice. But fellas, we've got to inspire young men to be better, because not only did No Child Left Behind fail, not only did Every Student Succeed Act fail, Our Brother's Keeper has failed as well. And we got to do some real soul searching, because screw the big elections, screw who's doing what in Congress, what's happening to the black family is truly an atrocity that we have to address, and we better start addressing it now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. It really widened the gap for education, for sure, for black people. So that definitely did that. They pushed you on through even when you wasn't educated, man. So yeah.
Right. Good segment, brother. Good segment.
All right, y'all. Listen, fantastic, y'all. Once again, I enjoyed talking to y'all. I can't wait to replay this and just enjoy the conversation again. But it's final thoughts time, and Brother Kenny, always my brother. Appreciate you being on. Giving us those sports segment. Take it away, man.
I want to say thanks for everyone that watched. As always, Miss Toria, I believe Craig popped in, a Real Estate Insider. We appreciate your support. Make sure you keep watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to TFG tonight if you haven't done so. I can be honest with my family. You guys are my family. It was difficult for me to come on tonight. And the last 11 days have been an emotional roller coaster for me. Obviously, October is a hard month for me. This is the month I lost my mother 18 years ago on Friday the 27th. She's been gone 18 years. On October the 19th, I received a text message from my relative in Milwaukee that my father, Pops, who I call him, our relationship was different. We didn't have one the first 40 years of my life. Was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer and liver failure. On October 25th of this month, my pops transitioned. So from Wednesday up until today, I've been up and down. And I posted a video tribute, and I called it October, the month I lost my father and my mother. You guys, if y'all want to go check it out, I'm not going to go in depth. I talked a little bit more at length. You can go follow me on my Facebook, Kendrick Roland Henderson. You can follow me on Instagram, KDrick1969. If you want to go watch that, you can watch that out. You'll get a little bit more about me and learn a little bit more about me. But I want to say this to say, I dedicate my appearance tonight to my mother, who's been gone. I know she's with me all the time for 18 years. And I dedicate this one to my pops, Willie James Reed, who has transitioned now at the age of 75. Even though we didn't have a relationship up until the last maybe 8 years, you know, that was my pops. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So I dedicate my appearance tonight to both my parents, who are now on their peaceful journey. That's my final thoughts.
Love you for that, brother. And definitely, man. Thank you so much. I'm honored that you gave us that space. Thank you. I definitely don't take that lightly. Appreciate that, man. Black, give me your final thoughts, brother.
So mine, how I too, I watched your October video, Kenny, in its entirety, and it inspired me to do what I did on Saturday. And so I too am going through a lot of, and I'm exhausted, folks. But unlike Kenny, this is the one place I wanted to be tonight.
Yeah, man.
I struggled to make it through my work day because I'm exhausted. Frankly, I've had conversations with family. We've got a funeral going on this coming weekend in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And again, my niece is, at death's door, this, that, and the other. So I'm not taking off because I'm going to need to use those days. And ironically, this is the one place I wanted to be. I needed to be, not wanted, I needed to be. Because I needed my spirits lifted up because I knew I could come here and I could get the inspiration and the intellect and a little bit of laughs and the conversation. I want to thank you in particular, Miss Devin, because my best friends have always been women in my whole life. Who I am is made by my two brothers who passed, but who I actually am at my core comes from the intellect of women. I value what you say more than you will ever know. And I play that back in my head. Your intellect and your realism, it educates me. And I hope it's educating all the other men. I talk a lot of crazy shit. Y'all know that, and I am who I am. But don't get it twisted. I listen to women who really educate me. And y'all are the ones that really get me to go a lot deeper inside and internalize what's being said. And that's why I appreciate you so much, because you always keep it so real and your mission to educate women as well. And I just respect that. And so I knew I would get that spirit lifted up for me. And you may not know this, Miss Devin, your ears ought to be ringing all the time, because I'm always telling people, man, I said it before and I'll say it again. This program, it doesn't have enough viewers. You're the best thing on. These other chicks out here who are on the Breakfast Club, this, that, and the other, they got nothing on you. And then we're not talking about your looks. I'm just talking about your intellect, the way your mind works and the stuff you say and the way you bring it. And again, I don't know what this show, how big it can ever get. So I do ask people to continue to share the content, because you should be on a bigger platform. Because when I look around, I look at a lot of social media. Nobody's bringing it to the level that you bring in. And Brenton, what you put together here, it is the best show on TV. It's a damn sure the best show on the TFG platform. I'm sorry, Lamar. It really is, but I just thank you, because this is the one place I wanted to be. So thank you guys.
Man, appreciate that, man. Thank y'all so much. I love both of y'all. All three of y'all. Y'all know I cut for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I may take a sticker bug for you. I ain't gonna take no bullet.
There you go. I ain't mad at you.
I may step on a sticker bug or two. But right. All right, sister. I know you had something to let the folks know. So.
I do, and thank you, Black. I really appreciate that, and just prayers for both of you guys and condolences to the weekend. I hope you get through this. I can't imagine. I lost my dad a year ago, and I wasn't very close to him, and I went through my own anxiety and ups and downs. Actually, October, and I don't know. I was actually angry when he died, because I felt like he should have tried more, contributed more, at least gave what I gave. So I know what you mean about a roller coaster of emotions. I still have some anger there with him that I need to work through. But anyway, what I wanted to gift you women with was a little bit of knowledge, because I know of a lot of women who they get down in the dumps looking at social media, thinking that they missing out on some of what these women post. And I'm gonna tell you what I know, not what I heard. Like a lot of these women, they be on posts acting like they in these healthy, loving relationships where they eating good and all that stuff. But let me tell you, behind closed doors, they Ike and Tina, or she's super toxic and he can't stand the sight of her other than the social media picture, or they broke and the only clean spot of their house is the one spot that they always taking a picture in. They live like hoarders and they got rat nests. So don't let looking at social media and what people post get you down. I'm not big on social media. I tell my family I'm gonna do better. I made a promise. I just don't post a lot of social media because I'm very private. If y'all hadn't figured that out, married somebody who's the complete opposite, but I'm pretty private. But I don't tell him he can't tag me or post me or anything of that nature. And I also want to say, quit judging men by also what you see on social media. Like spend some time and take time to get to know people. You know, a lot of people judge me when I say I'm a serial dater. That don't include my vagina, dear. I would go on a date sometimes with 2 to 3 dudes in a day while I'm literally meeting them at Starbucks because I want to see what kind of conversation he got. I don't want you to buy me nothing. Do you want to get to know me? And 9 times out of 10, he gonna say something dumb, and then that's why I meet the next dude at the next time because he just foolish and stupid. And I've never lowered my standards. I'm completely okay with being by myself until I meet someone that can meet me where I'm at. I'm not going to expect anything from you that I wouldn't give you in return. If I like nice things, I'm also going to give you nice things. You know, that's just who I am as a woman. And I just think we have to give just like we get. And what I really want to do is change the narrative of men and kind of the way that we look at relationships to where there's this big expectation from women. And if you don't do these things, you're almost not good enough. And because there's always some dumbass next door that's going to tolerate and put up with whatever that particular dude like dishes out. My ex never had a problem finding a woman. As soon as we break up, he'd act like he was just so wounded on social media, and the hoes come a-running. The thirsties, they come a-running. Meaning he never had to try. He never had to make any effort to be a better person because people would see our life, my life, and what they thought it was, and they feel like they were going to be able to mimic that if they got with him. And it's just false. So women, definitely keep your standards high, but also remember that you get back what you put in. You know what I'm saying? And take some time to get to know him. But hell, have a coffee waiting for him when he meets you at Starbucks sometimes, and just be considerate because that will make someone more interested in you other than complaining about where he may take you, meaning the freaking Cheesecake Factory. You know what I would have done to get a date at a Cheesecake Factory when I was in my 20s and 30s or whatever? Hell, I was at the Waffle House when it was still dirty. I was at the dirty Waffle House. I was over there. We was praying over waffles. We got to do better. We just got to do that.
Oh, thank you, sister, for that. I mean, you know, all three of y'all were so sincere. I really hate being this way.
No, you don't.
You're right,
you really don't. You really don't.
You're right, I don't. Y'all know I got a question. Listen, just for the sake of the conversation we've had today, what is the most creative thing someone can do for you for Halloween?
I ain't touching that. I'm not touching that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Show me some tricks.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that is. And turn them into treats. I like that, Kenny. All right. Sister, what can somebody...
I'm going to be actually serious. Give me one of the little Halloween buckets with all my favorite candies because they on sale for like 50% off.
That's it. That's it. Creative and frugal. That's it. I like that. Black, you can't clean it up. Oh, y'all don't even want to know.
Because y'all don't know what's dancing in my head.
Right, them Salem witches.
The nasty, filthy, dirty witches.
Yes. Well, okay. Well, I just want you to know, I don't know how creative someone can be, but I tried my best. Y'all take a look at it. Happy Halloween.
Where's the gasoline and match when you need one?
Well, I can say that he probably could give some woman a happy ending.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not with that stiff ass neck, he can't.
The very definition of suck a wet doorknob.
Say, man, that boy's creative. Not only anyway, y'all listen. Y'all be careful out there for Halloween. Just listen. Make sure your kids check the candy. Parents don't let them just put it in, and just make sure that whoever handing out the candy, they ain't doing it with their mouth.
Mm.
All right, because I mean, he was creative, but
I know them keys stink on that keyboard.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry. I know, Miss Tori. Y'all know I need some help anyway. All right, listen, y'all. Fantastic. I appreciate y'all. Kenny, I love you. Devin, I love you.
Too.
Black, I love
you
y'all.
guys.
I appreciate all y'all. Miss Tori, Charles,
everybody.
yeah,
Charles,
everybody,
I left them out.
yeah.
Diane P.
Craig, Miss Diane.
Yeah.
Real estate. Thank y'all so much, man. We love y'all and all y'all. 6 of y'all that been back there hiding ain't spared nothing to nobody. Hey, I tell y'all what. I hope y'all spouse do that for y'all just like this. All right, listen, y'all. That's Kenny. That's Devin. That's Black. We'll see y'all on Monday. Peace.
All right. Peace.